Hey guys, it's Casey. Welcome to Wet and Wild Wednesday. I am your host. Today I'm going to be making a decorative tray. I found this beautiful uvdtf sticker and I wanted to make a tray with it on it. I've found all these beautiful mica pigments that look like they'll go well with the color scheme of this sticker. And I'm just going to mix them up with my epoxy resin, and we're going to pour the tray. This is my epoxy resin. I use the Joy Arts Fast Cure, and I use this mixer, and I guess where there wasn't enough resin in the cup, it really made it bubbly. But we're just going to roll with it because I'm going to be mixing in glass shards and everything right now. And it's going to create a lot of bubbles anyways. So we just roll with it. These are glass shards from Mayer Imports. Beautiful, beautiful glass glitters. They have some of the most beautiful glass glitters I've ever seen or worked with. But right now I'm just going to line the edge of my tray with these glass shards. I used a pink, a green, and a blue mixed together because I thought those would go really lovely with the color scheme of that sticker. Okay, so we're just going to clean up our tray a little bit with our stick, push everything down into its edges, and we're going to move on. And we're going to mix up our colors here in just a second. I'm going to fiddle with this just a little bit, not much. And then we're going to move on to mixing our colors. Okay, this is the pink. It's like a peach color. Really, really beautiful, lovely color. I love this color. I think it's gorgeous. It goes really well in this tray and with the color scheme. It's a little bit brighter than I'd anticipated, but I love it. It's really a beautiful color. It's like a flamingo pink. Okay, and now we're going to mix up our blues. We have a couple different blues that we're going to mix up. This one's really, really beautiful too. It's got like a green undertone to it. Really gorgeous color. Okay. Now we're going to mix up our white. I wanted to make sure I had some white sparkle in there, and you can see that sparkle's just flying everywhere as I mix it. But it is a gorgeous creamy white. Very beautiful. Okay, once we get that one mixed, we're going to mix up our blue. Now this one's a Luxe pigment from Black Diamond. That means it's got extra sparkle in it. It is extra beautiful, extra sparkly. Very, very dark tone blue. I love this one too. It's a deeper color, deeper shade of the one that we already had. Very close to the same color, but it's a little bit bluer. And then we're going to mix up our green. You know, if you put your mica on the bottom, it mixes in better. It really does. It doesn't fly everywhere when you're mixing it. But then you have to worry about unmixed powder on the bottom of your cup. So it's risky. But now we're just going to start laying our colors down. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take and swirl lines across the tray of each color. I'm just going to put it in randomly. I'm not going to do anything crazy with it. I'm just going to randomly put the colors in zigzag lines across the tray until I run out of color. Once I get all my colors in here, I've got quite a bit of color still that I'm going to try to get out of these cups. I'm making a mess, you can see that. But once I get all my colors out of here, we're going to take our heat gun to it to pop some of the bubbles. We know that there's a lot of bubbles in that resin. So we're going to pop as many bubbles as we can with this heat gun. And this resin's quite thick anyways. So we're really going to move it around a little bit on the base and try to pop some bubbles. If we mix the colors up on the base, it's fine. But we're not going to try to overmix anything because we want to make sure we can still see each and every color that's in the tray. Okay, once I'm satisfied that I've popped as much of the bubbles as I can and I've moved that around good enough, I'm going to let this cure for 24 hours and then come back for the next step. Okay, now the next step is to put a base on this. Fill the tray up the rest of the way. So I'm going to use my Color Pro polyurethane casting resin by Specialty Resins. I have a discount for this in the description box. This stuff is fabulous, guys. It's a polyurethane resin. It cures in 15 minutes. It is tintable. That is the big thing. There is not many tintable polyurethane resins out there. And so this is a pretty special resin due to the fact that you're able to tint it any color you want. Now, when you're messing with polyurethane resins, the resin is different. It does come out differently. It's more plasticky than the resin is. But it's a beautiful resin. And it works perfect for the back ends of trays or putting it back on anything. And it cures so quickly. And it's just a fabulous resin to work with. But it's one of my favorites. We're going to go ahead and pour this in here now. I've mixed up a white from Black Diamond. And we're just going to fill this tray up. And then once I'm satisfied with that, we're going to let that cure for 15 minutes. And then we're going to demold. This is a little extra I made with the leftover white. And now we're going to get this out of its mold. Okay. For some reason my camera cut off right while I was doing this. So as you're going to see, I'm taking it out of its mold. But we're going to flip straight to the piece. Here it is. And there's the sticker. I'm trying to trim the sticker to fit the tray. And once I've got that trimmed, I'm satisfied with the size and the shape of it. So we're going to try to put it on as straight and neatly as we possibly can. But you got to remember with these uvdtf stickers, you only get one shot. And I just stuck it to the tray and pulled it off. And part of my sticker was already removed. And now I put it back on there and it is going on crooked. And I realized that about midways down that it was coming in at a slant. And there was absolutely nothing I could do with it except for just move on and just take it as it was going. But that's okay. It still comes out absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Absolutely stunning still. Now we're going to pull that top plastic off. Because the uvdtfs have a back piece and a top piece that you have to remove. So once I get this on and I'm satisfied that it's down, I'm going to rub it around a little bit, and then I'm just going to take and find that plastic piece and we're going to peel that off. Now these are absolutely permanent stickers. They do not come off. They are made of something, I don't know what. I think they're made of a resin or something. And I had a couple bubbles that I saw in there, and I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to rub those out. But look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? Just as it is. But I don't like that gap at the bottom. I feel like that gap at the bottom's got to go. So I took another piece of that sticker and cut it to fit the tray and lined it up. And we're going to try to get this piece on there as neatly as we can. You know, like I said, you get one shot with these stickers. And if you don't have it down perfectly, the moment it touches the tray, it's there. So you have to be prepared. You have to know you ain't got it at an angle. You got to be ready to stick it down as soon as you touch the tray. So I'm just going to pull the back off of this, and I'm going to try to lay it down and put it as evenly as I can. Okay, I'm lining it up with the tail of that dragonfly, and I'm going to push it down right there, and then I'm going to work it down the tray. Okay, here we go. Let's get that off there, and we're going to rub that down, and I will peel off that top piece if I can get a hold of it. There it goes. And we're done. This is the finished result. You can put a clear coat on the top of it. I like the texture of the uvdtf stickers, so sometimes I don't even put a top coat on them because they are permanent, but a top coat will protect them from getting scratched. I absolutely love this tray. Thank you guys for joining us for Wet and Wild Wednesdays. I do have a Discord group if you guys are interested in joining. If you'd like to join in on Wet and Wild Wednesdays, that would be absolutely fantastic. Just email me. I'll put my email address in the description box, or join the Discord group and contact me. Just let me know that you would like to join in on Wet and Wild Wednesdays, and we'll make a spot for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will see you next time. You guys have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm just showing you right now that it is big enough to hold a large pair of scissors and still have room left. That this is a rather large tray. It's not one of the small ones. It's, I think, about 10 inches long. But have a blessed day. We will see you next time. Thank you for joining us.